Okay, guys, we are on the last part for Monday, May 11th, and this is still Unit 8 on work, and there's all my information that's at the top of the screen every time. So if you need it, you can go ahead and pause the screen. Okay, so now I've put up the objectives for today. So in part 3, we're still preparing to write a paragraph about your employment history. And we're going to introduce the use of capitalizations for names of businesses. Because whenever we're talking about the name of a business, not the type, we always use a capital letter. So we'll talk more about that. Okay, so we're going to start by talking about your work. What is work history? That's experience. That's your job experience. The places you have worked. Let's do it this way. Okay, so your work history is your job experience, and it's the places you have worked. And we already talked about job duties, and those were the things that you need to be able to do for your job. So if we were in class, I would ask you right now to describe some of the places you've worked and the job duties for them. So, but we can't, but it's if you want, you're welcome to type those out and send them to me. But in just a minute, we are going to start looking at writing paragraphs, so you can save it for that. So if you turn to page 104 in your student book, we're looking at lesson E on writing, and it talks about talk with a partner and answer the following questions. What are some of your duties at home? What are some of your duties at home? And the way you would answer that is, at home, I blah, 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 blah. You can say like wash clothes, mow the lawn, take care of the kids. So you know, any of those can be, there's certainly a bunch more that you can list out, but those are some of the things that you would do at home. So what are some of the things that your duties at your job? You could say, at work, so this one's for me, yours will be different. Make lesson plans, teach class, grade tests, and quizzes. Okay, so those are some of my duties at my work. Obviously, yours will be different. It says, what are some of your duties at your last job? Not the job that you have now, but the one you had in the past. Before I was a teacher, I worked in, let's say, retail. So at my last job, I checked out customers, balanced the register, took inventory, and made schedules. Okay, so when I worked retail, At my last job, I checked out customers, I balanced the register, I took inventory, and made schedules. So that's the job I had before. So you can think about that. If you have somebody at the house or somebody that you can talk to practice those, that's fine, or you can just practice writing them out. So let's go on now to part B. And we're looking at Marco's employment history. And we're going to complete the sentences, and we're going to use the correct form of the verb. Okay? So Marco Alba is an orderly. He works at Valley Hospital. So we see how Valley Hospital is capitalized because it's the name of the hospital, right? He started in 2017. He has is the verb form in the past that we're going to use for have, right? He has many duties. He takes patients from their rooms to the lab. He delivers X-rays, linens, and supplies. He also takes flowers and mail to the patients. From 2015 to 2017, Marco, this is in the past, he worked. That's a regular verb, so all we're going to do is add ed. At Sam's Soup and Sandwich Shop. So Sam's Soup and Sandwich Shop is capitalized because it is the name of a place to eat. Okay? It's the name of it. He was a bus person. He cleaned, that's a regular verb. We're just going to add ed onto it. I'm going to scroll so we can fit some more on here. He cleaned the floor and picked up. So we're going to add ed onto picked. So that's a regular verb for us there. So he cleaned the floor and picked up dirty dishes. From 2012 to 2015, he worked, past tense, regular verb, just add ed, at Fratelli's Construction Company. So once again, Fratelli's Construction Company is the name of a business. So we're going to use capital letters for that. He was the past of be. It's an irregular verb for us. He was a construction worker. He made, another irregular verb there for us. He made repairs on houses and operated. Regular verb, all we did was add ed. He large machines. So let's just read through this really quickly now that we've got all of our verbs. Marco Alba is an orderly. He works at Valley Hospital. He started in 2017. He has many duties. He takes patients from their rooms to the lab. He delivers X-rays, linens, and supplies. He also takes flowers and mail to patients. From 2015 till 2017, Marco worked at Sam's Soup and Sandwich Shop. He was a bus person. He cleaned the floor and picked up dirty dishes. From 2012 to 2015, he worked at Fratelli's Construction Company. He was a construction worker. He made repairs on houses and operated large machines. Okay? So it's a good idea now if you want to make any corrections you can go ahead and stop the video. What I would also like for you to do is take the time for you to read that paragraph out loud and then come back and we will go ahead and do part C together. Okay guys, now we're going to look at part C. We're going to go back up to the employment history for Marco Alba. We're going to look in the first paragraph to find the, says now. So we're looking at some of the job duties that he has now at his job now. So the first one is given to you. It says he takes patients from their rooms to the lab. So number 2 says he delivers. X-rays, linens, and supplies. Okay, and the third thing he does at his job now is he takes flowers and mail to patients. Okay, so those are the 3 things he does at his job now. Now, in the past, at his other job, we're going to look, it says from 2015 to 2017, so that's in the past. So we're going to list the job duties he had then. And the first one that we're going to list is he cleaned the floor. Right? He picked up dirty dishes. The third thing he did is he made repairs on houses. And the last thing that he did was he operated large machines. Okay, so we know that he's doing these things now because the verb takes, delivers, and takes, that's all meaning right now. And in the past, he cleaned, he picked, he made. Those are all, and operated, sorry. Those are all verbs from the using past. So if you go ahead and make any changes that you need to and make any corrections, you can pause your video and then come back and we will start on the next activity. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is talk about, do you have a job? Which most of us in the class do. There may be a few that don't, but most of us have a job. So if we do have a job, we're going to answer on page 105 the questions in the first column. If you do not have a job, you will answer the ones in the second column. So since we're not here in class for me to ask you these questions and to show you how, I'm just going to answer them for myself, and you're just going to have to think about how you would answer them for your job. So what is your job? You would say, I am a English teacher. Okay? So if it, some of you would say, I work construction, I am a painter, I am a chef, I am an accountant. What else? I work in the accounting department. So whatever your job is, that's how you would answer number 1. So number 2 says, where do you work? I work at Decula High School and one stop in Buford. That's where we have our class. Okay, I'm going to move my little picture down here. So I work at Tequila High School and One Stop Buford. So you would put the location of your place of business. Now be sure that if you're using the name of a place, that you're using these capital letters here, okay? And number 3 says, what are your duties? My duties are, once again, when we're writing, we're thinking about using the words from the question in the answer. Are teaching class, making lesson plans, grading tests, and quizzes, and classroom management. Okay, so those are my duties. Number 4, did you have a job before, and what jobs did you have? I would put yes. I was a mental health therapist, and I have worked, using worked because it's in the past, and I'm using was because it was in the past, in retail stores. Okay, so that's where you would, if you put, your answer may be no, but if it's no, then this is your first job. If you've worked before, then you need to think about what those jobs were. Where did you work? I worked at, this is not where I work now, this is where I worked before, McNabb Center, and at what was the name of that department store? Just put Macy's department store. Okay, so see how we used the capital letters for the names of the places, Helen Ross McNabb Center and Macy's department store. We're going to capitalize those because those are actual names of places. What were your duties? Well, at Helen Ross McNabb, I provided individual and family therapy. Had intake appointments. Made treatment plans. What? Sorry, guys. There was more, but that's good enough. Okay. Okay, so that's and made treatment. Okay, at Macy's, I checked out customers, balance the register, took inventory, and made schedules. Okay, so this is talking about Helen Ross McNabb. There I did individual and family therapy, had intake appointments, and made treatment plans. At Macy's, I checked out customers, balanced the register, took inventory, made schedules. Now, the places that you work, your responsibilities are going to be different. So you're going to have to write all of this as it pertains to you and your job and you and the jobs that you've had in the past, okay? So we're at the end of part 3. If you needed to, you can pause it and make any corrections. Don't forget, here is my information, and to list your name in the comment section so that you will get credit for having attended class. I'll see everybody back here, I hope, on Wednesday.